a deciding factor. But I just feel like he has a lot of experience just coming forward into this match. So
right.
I'm looking at Junior to, to see what he's going to do to stop Dielit Wave. But Dielit Wave can definitely, I feel like this is in the wheelhouse. This is definitely something Dielit Wave can do.
Oh, and without a doubt is something that he is capable of doing. Here we go. They're going to random stage, gets Infinite Azure number 2. But Dielit Wave versus the Dark Wave. Junior with the Eliza. Dun, dun, dun. Losers final. First of 3 games. Winner plays Shadow in the grand finals. Winner of that wins the tournament and plays the final boss. Final boss.
You should just tell them to sound clip you for that, man.
They got to pay me for that, Steve.
Round 1.
All right, here we go.
Fight.
Yo, chat, who do you guys think gonna take it? Dielit Wave or Junior 20C? This losers finals to see who's gonna get to fight Junior.
Oh, he changed his outfit, dude. I've never seen the outfit for Feng before.
Oh yeah, I think this is one of the presets, right?
I like it. All right, crouch dash,
1 for Junior, 2 for Dielit. 1 for Junior, 2 for Dielit. Let me see.
That's what you asked him to do last time.
Hey man, now you got a second chance.
They all picked Dielit last time.
They did, and he won too.
No, he didn't.
No. I'm thinking of last one. I'm thinking of a different match.
Can somebody give me the Steve that I commented at the beginning of this topic with?
Dark Wave.
Oh man, time winding down here. These 20Z boys, man, they're very used to timeout situations though. They're comfortable letting that clock run out.
We saw that first match with like Junior and Shadow, and they were just taking their sweet time in these matches. And this should be it though, Junior with the closeout. And this is exactly what I was talking about, man. Dielit has so many. There's been so many instances where I'm like, yo, Dielit's about to close this out, but Junior keeping it clean. Oh man, close, 5 seconds left on the clock. On top of it, goes for the rage art, the simple. I dig it. Counter hit right there on the crouch dash 1.
Yeah, get the combo. Here we go. Put him in the blender. Nice little block. Back cancel step to avoid any potential retaliation. And the block and launch. Nicely done, Dielit. Could be a long
look,
set.
now, once again, this is Dielit Wave. Dielit Wave in full control.
But he can't let up, right? Like, when he stays there, that's when he's working out. But once he starts letting Junior take the steering wheel, essentially, that's when things start falling apart for him.
Defense on the throws has gone up. Dielit Wave, a hit away from closing out. Okay. Once again, still slow. Still a very slow match, but Dielit Wave this time getting around.
Yeah, early lead for Feng is always going to be important. I see nothing. It's pausing for a second. Do we got the backup? I don't know. We're going to have to maybe potentially switch to that. But right now, round count is tied. So if they do disconnect, at least we know that, round count is even. We can just go straight to round number 3.
Yeah, 1 round apiece already on the board. How do they deal with the meter management, though? How do they deal with the meter, though?
Don't worry. Eliza gets meter fast.
Oh, okay.
Well. Either way, it'll be there. It's hard. I mean, how else are you going to do it, right? I would say just give them both a round and let them go. On Infinite Azure number 2. That was game number 1. Pretty even start there, I think. Oh, Junior DC. What does that mean? Does that mean that he gets, like, a loss? Or does that mean some penalty? No penalty? I don't know what the rules are. Yeah. It's TO consultation time, boys and girls. But thank you guys for joining us here today, of course, on this Tekken channel. Make sure you guys have followed. We got a lot of stuff coming your way. This week, of course, we're doing the Central for NA. But in 2 weeks, November 7th, we're also going to be doing the EU Southwest. So if you guys haven't already done so, you guys can be signing up at TekkenWorldTour.com. But, for myself, the final boss could come from anywhere, right? But in that region, I'm rooting for Bode. I'm always rooting for the old school guys to show up as final bosses. Yeah. I think that's so cool. It's guys that you don't get to see compete nowadays anymore. A lot of these older Tekken players, they left the scene before Tekken really blow up, but they were always part of the scene. They always, were contributing to the scene to make it get to where it's at currently, right? Like out here in Southern California, if we had a final boss, I would love to see like Aurario or Tom Hilfiger, something crazy like that as a final boss. Like, what the hell? Even if they're not good, I don't care. I just want them to be there.
I want these older players to be the final bosses because I feel like it just pays homage to like the scene, 1, and 2, just the fact that like, man, Tekken's got a long history of players out there that like you might not know and being new to Tekken, but there's a lot of history out there. So yeah, I 100% agree. That's why I wanted to be somebody like Slips, Unconquerable, Hatman, STO Bad Boy, something like that. These are people that I'm, familiar with who taught me how to play, you know what I mean? So I think it'd be cool for other people to get a shot, see those guys play, especially in a competitive nature. But
No, I mean, I 1,000,000% agree, obviously. And I think that there's so many people who have, joined Tekken just from Tekken 7. So they haven't seen anyone, even from like Tekken Tag 2, Tekken 6 is like ancient history at this point, right? And then you go back even further, you're like, who is this guy? So, and a lot of those guys from Tekken 5 DR or Tekken 6 who are really good, if they came back now, they would still be very good. They have the Tekken fundamentals, right? And especially if you have their character, legacy character, like if you put back Kenbo with Ganryu, you know what I mean? Like people go like, who the hell is this guy?
Right.
He's like, what the hell is this amazing Ganryu player? You guys seen him? You know, or Arario with Jack, like he would still be fine. I'm positive.
Yeah. No, I think, but like we've seen this before, right? Where older players come back and like people get beat up by them because they don't know that they have, in some instances, better fundamentals than the people that they're playing now, right?
Exactly.
So you got to be prepared for it. I feel like it could be, man, that would be so sick. Unconquerable comes out. Who's this old guy? Gets beat up by Safina, bro. Gets beat up by Safina, bro.
I thought of another final boss. Tensai-kun with Anna.
Dude, see, there's so many people, right? That you could potentially put in that position to be like a final boss or a hidden boss, right? So
right.
I don't know, but we do have these guys all set up. They are coming back in the room. Junior did desync, and I think we're just going to start it at 1-1 if I'm not mistaken. One round apiece.
Or we're just going to reset the whole thing. Either way, whatever they decide to do, we'll be here. It's the beginning of the set anyway, so we'll see what happens. But Junior versus Dielit Wave. I feel like Dielit's, you have to change something up. I'm not really sure what it is, right? Because it just seems like Junior has his number overall. Like, it's always close, but Junior makes the right decision at the end. He can pull the trigger and like just hit the win button essentially whenever he needs to.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true. I mean, just being able to close out some of those matches like that. And Dielit Wave has always been like right there at the finish line. Like, all right, all you got to do is get this extra hit to close out. And Junior, every time, just somehow finds a way to close out. The way that Junior uses like Dark Wave though in neutral versus Feng is definitely a problem because it's going to control a lot. Backswing blow won't get you over it, and his movement is the way his moves work. You're going to want to be close. If you want down 3 to hit, if you want back 1 to even be a thing, you're going to have to get close. Dark Wave controls the neutral a lot better, obviously, because it's a projectile. And I think that's one of the major things that he's fighting. He's playing that match with that in mind as well. And Junior he's playing that, using it in his advantage. He's going to push him around the stage until he can find that hit or it gets meter and then go back in. So you really have to, it's really all about the pacing. You talk about the fact that, Eliza gets so much meter. You have to attempt to take that control of meter away from her. So
yeah, it's so hard to do. I've actually noticed Junior, it seems like he's always behind. And then he like turns on, he's like, oh boy, am I losing? Now I'll try to play. He always seems to be trying to play his defensive playstyle that doesn't seem to really fit him sometimes. But then when he steps on the gas, like, all right, he always wins. So it's interesting because a lot of players, they don't want to change things like that because it's gotten them as much success that they've reached so far. Yeah. So it's hard to be like, oh, I should just try to be more aggressive overall or something, right? Because this has been working for me so far. Why would I change it?
Oh snap! They're already back in. One round apiece too. Okay.
This is your number 2.
Losers finals, of course, like we said, this is first to 3. Okay, gets the launcher. And that was to get around the Dark Wave. That's what got him over.
Yeah, 4-3-4 from Feng, super long range. I just wasn't sure if it goes over. Like,
I wasn't
you have to
either.
step into it. Because I think he might have to sidestep the Dark Wave to do it.
You definitely have to sidestep and do it. You definitely have to sidestep and do it.
Yeah, he's still fishing for it, right? So that's pretty risky for Junior to be thrown out like that.
And the thing is, you can tell that Dielit Wave is trying to go to this range where he can just sidestep and do it on reaction.
Oh yeah, he's definitely stepping and looking for it right now.
Dark Wave, there it is. And you can see the sidestep rights too.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, especially on Infinite stage, these projectiles are gonna be so much more annoying. Caught him. That should be the round.
Once again, it's the same thing. That range that you need to get in, Junior is not gonna let you stay there comfortably. Yeah, especially when there's meter on the line.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, this matchup against these 20Z boys, Junior and Shadow, it's more mental warfare in terms of like stamina than it is actually like the technical aspects of, or the mind games of the mix-up game of just the characters on the screen, because they're just frustrating you with timing and like zoning.
Oh, No meter used. That definitely could have been it. Okay.
Nice
this time Wave getting away from it. Oh, that
he tried.
was whack. He tried. He definitely tried.
I could use a drink.
Nice try there, but Junior getting the first game. You saw at the very end that Dielit Wave, he tried the sidestep right forward 3-4, but just a little bit shallow on the sidestep, so the Dark Wave still clipped him there. Unfortunate, but he's got the right ideas, right? And I think not having Infinite Stage will make that a lot more risky for Junior throughout, so I think we'll see a wall stage coming up next.
No, the thing is that like Dielit Wave starting to like get like the control, right? He's starting to get to the point where you're finding these hits, but still not able to just close it out. That's what's so hard about it. But even still, Junior's playing a very solid game. He's not making it anywhere near the amount of mistakes that's going to make him lose a match in not in this regard anyway.
Oh yeah,
because once again, Feng is having such a hard time just controlling that neutral. And even though you do have an answer to the projectile problem, it doesn't mean it's going to change up the whole matchup. Now Junior's going to play a little further back. He's obviously going to he was sitting on 2 bars last time, and he can still burn it for like the EX Dark Wave just in case he needs a little space. So even though we see Feng doing very well with just like the pressure, staying there is the problem. Like Junior's not letting you stay in that range to where you're going to be able to properly punish him in a lot of instances. So.
Right, and Junior is well aware that he's looking for that sidestep forward 3-4. So he's zoning at the times when he knows it's gonna be difficult to punish, difficult to get the sidestep off. And Junior's done a very good job of that. Like I was talking about, just the mental warfare about timing, and frustration that they're putting on you. That's the hardest part. The worst part here for Dielit is that was on infinite stage. Infinite stage is where Eliza should be weaker. All right. So at this point, when you pick a wall stage, that might help you out, but it's going to help Eliza out a ton.
Yeah.
So let's see what stage he picked here. This is going to be game number 2 for the set. Losers final here, first to 3. And Dielit a little bit behind here. Junior already sent the loser bracket originally 2-0 the first time they met. But here will be the next game finally. I think I heard it loading.
I heard it loaded too. It's probably still it's right there in the middle, just waiting. But yeah, I don't know. This just seems like it's just such a hard draw, man.
Geometric plane. So he picked a wall stage. That's a very large stage too. So I think that this is an interesting choice. I don't think Feng's wall carry is anywhere near as good as Eliza's.
Nah,
so
nowhere near.
I would have preferred to pick a stage that was a little bit smaller, so Feng can get the wall too. Because right here, Eliza is going to get in that wall for sure, and Feng may not necessarily do so with his combos.
Finishes the string this time.
Damn, the down forward 1 lockdown. This is a different style of Junior too. He's staying in his face. We saw him just against Shadow as well. The jab and down forward 1 lockdown. Look at that.
Nothing but down forward ones right now. And Dielit Wave is having such a hard time stopping his offense. And this is where spacing is important. Because characters with that, people always say like, hey man, how's down forward 1 such a good tool? It's because of that right there. Moves you forward a little bit, has enough to where you can use it just to make sure someone's not sidestepping you and stopping. And if you don't know how to space that out properly, you get in these situations where you're gonna get backed up into a wall and have to deal with it.
Yeah, so there's a couple things here, right? Like, Junior's using a lot of just single jabs to lock him down, so Dielit Wave's not responding back, right? Because a single jab and blocks gives you like +1. But when he does these down forward 1s here, when you block a down forward 1, you can take your turn back. Down forward 1s are usually minus on block, right? Like you like -3 or something. So you can jab immediately after, and he can't hit another button after that. So, for Eliza, she can get really risky and throw out like an EX Dragon Punch or something. But realistically, once you block a down forward 1, you gotta take your turn back.
Oh my gosh, and just back Junior all the way up to that wall with all that meter, and finally unleashes the EX dive kick on top of it. And once again, takes another round. This is the exact same thing that I'm talking about. Even though you have walls behind you, Junior's still using the stage to his advantage.
Oh yeah, I mean, Eliza is just a great character overall. And Junior, he knows how to use everything. You can see just by the jab lockdown, just the frustration with the projectile, the second or the last game. He's using whatever is available to him, whatever he sees presented to him by his opponent. Wow. That went under the mid back turn.
Yeah, he recovered back turn as well. Okay.
Man, to jump out of the corner cat, all these 2D players do that. They're like, why side away from wall when I can jump?
Yo, he's
jumping like crazy.
Yo, he's making him deal with it. Down 3 to close out. Okay, but that also changes up the matchup a little bit now. Dielit Wave getting a lot closer in. making Junior commit, and we're not seeing any more of those dark waves. Just nothing but small pokes.
And you know that's got to be a big difference from Dielit where he had to adapt to that. Like, what the hell? Where's all those projectiles? That's all I was thinking about in the load up to the second game. There's the blocking punish though. These down back forwards the Junior's been throwing have not been working. Dialit's blocked probably about 75-80% of them. And just like that, final round.
Okay. Game number 2, Dielit wave. And this is definitely going a lot slower now. This is going a lot slower. Neither way.
Question: what does Junior want to go in with this time? Right? He tried so many different strategies. What strategy can go into the final round situation?
We haven't been seeing a lot of this glide too. We haven't been seeing a lot of movement using it all, in all honesty. So, break on the throw
again. That's 2 up with 2 throws. It didn't work. And he tried to throw in between. You have to low parry there. EX caught him in there. Wall carry, wall rage guard. Oh no, he doesn't.
I would have rage guard. I definitely would have rage guard.
If he wouldn't have killed though, fans the bar. Nicely done. And Junior, man, he is so good at closing out from behind. Multiple times.
Dude, that second to the last round, he literally held back, and Dielit chased him across the stage. And he got to the wall, and he jumped back and did EX dive kick, and then he won the round.
Exactly. Like, that was that one mistake, right? And that was an accidental jump back from Dielit. So he actually jumped back. Junior jumped back. He just happened to be thinking about jumping back while he accidentally jumped back. Like, oh, EX dive kick. Boom, boom, gotcha.
He was thinking about jumping back and got clipped.
He was thinking about, I'm going to jump back no matter what Dielit does here and try to get EX dive kick. And then he sees Dielit in the air. He's like, oh, I'm hella jumping back. Woo-hoo, EX dive kick. Got him.
And that's what you need to worry about, right? Like, even though the damage is scaled, she still gets a full combo conversion because of that EX dive kick and its property. So you're literally fighting that the entire time. If meter is on the table, you have to start respecting it.
Oh yeah, Eliza is definitely one of those characters. I mean, all of the meter characters, realistically. Once they have meter, you have to be paying attention and say like, all right, now that they have meter, this opens up access to this thing that I got to watch out for, right? Like with Geese Howard, it's the back 3-2, right? If he doesn't have any meter, you're like, all right, I can do these -14 things, not a problem. But once he has that meter, you're like, oh gosh, okay, really don't do it now because he'll kill me for this. Akuma is kind of the same way. He's got to be watching out on the ground and more neutral. Like, it just matters of like, oh boy, did I get caught and he has meter? Now I'm hella dead.
No, like, but I feel like people have definitely gotten a lot better with dealing with it, right? Like, the meter characters are definitely strong, but like the defenses that people are building, like just for instance that sidestep 4-3 that we saw from Dielit, like those are all like competent things you can do. Learning how to deal with fireball pressure from meter characters is very important because just look at what it does to the tempo of a match, and you need to have an answer for it. Some kind of answer, because if not, you saw Junior literally was jumping for like 5 to 6 seconds.
He jumped nonstop at him. And the weird thing about it is if you play against Eliza players, they don't do that. So when you see an Eliza jumping, you're like really confused in this game. You're like, what the hell? What how do I respond? Because Eliza players don't do that. Like with Akuma, you know he's going to be doing dive kick pressure on you or jumping at you for mix-ups. But with Eliza or Noctis, or or even Geese, you don't expect that much jumping out of them.
The hammerhead stage. So you said Eliza can't long wall. She can't go from wall to wall, right?
She can. With meter, she can.
But she has to have full meter though, right?
Full meter, yeah. On geometric plane, she can go wall to wall, which is ridiculous. Like maybe one step in front or something. It's super duper far, her ability to wall carry. But not easy and requires meter. So it's just really surprising to see. Like, what the hell? I didn't even know that was possible. So we'll see what she can do here. But right now, Junior is up 2-0. One more game, and he will be going to the grand finals to face off against Shadow. Get his run back there. This is Dialit's chance for run back, though. And so far, it's going just like he did on the winner's side. It was 2-0 there. Now it's 2-0 here. Can Dielit turn it around to 1st-3 set?
There's those dive kicks once again. Gets the crouch dash.
Damn, Junior jumping like crazy. He's got no meter, no threat of EX dive. He's like, no, I just want to jump around.
Okay, counter hit. Wow.
All day.
See that backdash made it whip? That's exactly what I was talking about. Jump punch of my own.
What the hell? The upward what?
Making it whip. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Get off the earth.
And it's the same thing. Just backing up. Dielit Wave dashes in or comes in, overcommits, and then Junior goes in for the close.
Oh yeah. No side step there. On the back one, 2-string.
Going for the back turn mix up as well. Tries to go for the low. These 2D character jumps, gets right over it though.
Hey. And the down 3 stuffs him coming in. And doesn't even mind that his back is to the wall.
Gets away from the wall, but yeah, they're constantly circling each other too. But this is what Junior does. He just backs up, waits for Dielit Wave to overextend, and then boom, he just lets the EX rock.
Oh my god, he missed it.
Oh no, it's not dead yet. Not dead yet.
Screw attack Rage Art.
Oh yes, he is dead. I forgot about that part. Forgot about that part. Sorry, Dielit Wave. Didn't mean to give you hope. That was bad.
Let the darkness consume.
Get consumed, homie. Boom. Set point for Junior.
Round 3.
For the full sweep. I feel like Dielit might be slightly like an old school player. It's like who's one of those, man, screw these 2D characters in Tekken guys. And the reason I say it is because he doesn't even use hotfix, you know? He's like, I believe in Tekken fundamentals. Go back to Tekken 3, bro. There weren't really hotfix that worked.
Doom, doom, doom. Okay. The side step 4 this time. What? That seems so inconsistent sometimes.
Yeah.
I've seen it miss quite a few times today.
Yo, he's got meter 2. Super, back up.
Done and done. That's the one. Junior is going to make it back to face his brother, Shadow, in grand finals. Dielit Wave going home with 3rd place. Yo, guys, could y'all make some noise for the boy Dielit Wave? Great showing with the Feng on top of that.
Nicely done. Dielit Wave. Impressive showing. You know, I think when you looked at this bracket originally, you wouldn't have said, oh, yeah, Dielit going to make top 3 in this tournament.
Oh, no.
You wouldn't have said the little player. Oh, I can't remember the little player's name right now. Trojan, you know, but shout out to both Dielit Wave, 3rd place, Trojan, 4th place. We had Mazen and Mr. J in 5th place when you're looking over at this bracket.